My name is Janos Heller. I'm an assistant professor in the School of Biotechnology. Here's my email address and then also my office telephone number. I hope you can see the slides. And I will be the chair of the new MSc in Biotherapeutics, so a novel MSc program that is going live in the school coming this September. So I'm just going to give you a run through kind of the different topics that we have planned in providing for the students in this new program. So I'm going to quickly talk about biotherapeutics, talk about the course, how to apply, and then some career prospects. We obviously haven't had any students yet, so there are no alumni, no testimonials or anything like this, or actual careers that the students went on to do, but it's a very exciting program with a lot of input from industry and a lot of job opportunities will be available for graduates of this program. So what are biotherapeutics? They're also known as biologics or biopharmaceuticals. So they are they're small molecule drugs, which is aspirin, paracetamol, or whatever, these kind of things. And then there are larger things. They're used to treat certain diseases, and these, drugs or therapeutics are then produced in living cells or organisms. So they are targeting specific pathways in cells in the body. And the biotherapeutics sector really represents one of the world's fastest growing and thriving industries as high quality jobs within Ireland, the EU, worldwide, and so on. And it really makes, a significant contribution to human health. So this stock photo here kind of nicely sums up biotherapeutics in a way. So it's mainly based on genetic engineering, so recombinant DNA technology. So students will learn a lot about cloning different genes and manipulating organisms to produce these drugs that are then used to treat humans. So there's a fair bit of kind of life science, molecular biology, genetics involved. And then we're going to talk about different aspects of how do we get these drugs into the humans. You can, use things like liposomes that might carry certain toxins or certain, recombinant proteins that are used as a therapeutic. Talk about viruses. The viruses themselves can be a therapeutic, or it's a biotherapeutic that is targeting viruses or cells that are infected with a virus. Then monoclonal antibodies, very important as well as a biotherapeutic used in cancer therapy, for example, but also in stopping the progression of COVID-19, for example. And then the COVID-19 vaccine, vectors for this vaccine. And the vaccine itself, the mRNA vaccine itself, is biotherapeutic. So again, we're going to present these as well in the course. So they are targeting viruses, but then other viruses are also used in delivering these biotherapeutics. And again, this review paper here just gives you a brief overview, specific monoclonal antibodies being the biotherapeutic, and then viruses here, or exosomes, so extracellular vesicles that are shed by cells, can be used as a carrier or as the therapeutic itself. So the course structure, how will the course look like? So it's quite a multidisciplinary approach. So a lot of different lecturers and professors within the school will teach onto this program, anything from engineering to, genetics. I'm a neuroscientist myself, a physiologist. So we're going to cover topics of neuroscience, cardiovascular health, oncology, cancer research, and immunology. So it's quite, broad in a way, and then very specific in how we can really tackle these different diseases. How can we produce biotherapeutics? What are the biotherapeutics? How do we get the biotherapeutics into a person, into the clinic? And what do they then do in the patient? And then additionally, we also, foster critical analysis skills, critical thinking skills, writing skills, grant proposals, scientific literature, reading, writing, and so on, to really help, graduates to become promoted or find a job either in industry or in academia or in healthcare settings. So the school is quite fortunate in that it has a microbial bioprocess engineering facility. So this is used on our undergraduate programs and another master's program. In this program here, we are not gonna, educate engineers or anything like this, but it's showing the students really, if you're applying, really how to use these individual settings, how to grow cells, how to harvest the cells, harvest the individual therapeutics they're producing. Also going to use a GMP facility, good manufacturing practice like facility we have in DCU, using NIBIRD, the National Institute of Bioprocessing training here down at UCD. And then there's going to be a lot of industry input as well from industry experts at Takeda, for example. So the whole program is face-to-face delivery, so there will be in-person lectures and tutorials. However, the lectures will also be recorded and be made available. And then there's a lot of hands-on kind of practicals and research design, a workshop module, these kind of things. We offer it as a full-time or part-time continuous option. So that's usually 2 years, but it can be up to 4. And then also flexible exit routes. So MSc would be if you're doing all the courses and the research program project, and then a diploma if you do all the courses but not the project, and then you can also have a certificate. So the program runs over 3 semesters. So semester 1 starting in September with introduction to cell biology. Some of the modules are taught across some of the other 2 MSc programs that we have in the school, and some are specific. So these are semester-long modules here. And then these 2 modules run the whole year. They're all 5-credit modules. And as you can see, some are more towards the life science, cell biology angle, and then some are more towards bioprocessing. So how do we actually produce and purify biotherapeutics, so bioseparations here, for example, and then the pipeline module and these kind of things. And then in semester 3, so over the summer, you have the option of doing a literature review, research project, and presentation module. And there's 2 options, either kind of very traditional research project that can either be done here in DCU in one of the labs and one of the research groups, or in your place of work. If you're working in industry, for example, you can also do a computational project, for example. And you can also undertake this project abroad in a different research group if it's relevant to biotherapeutics. So these are 30-credit modules. 35% goes towards the literature review, 15% towards the presentation in front of all your peers. And then for the research project, 50% it's that research project, but you can also opt for a masterclass in biotherapeutics. So this is run on the MSc in Diagnostics and Precision Medicine as well, very successfully. So here you're writing a grant proposal, which is worth 20%, and you are doing bespoke laboratory experimentation, a specific project consisting of these 5 techniques where you will produce a monoclonal antibody in CHO cells and then purify it and test its specificity through different techniques, and do a bit of bioinformatics as well. So this will run over a short period of time, a few weeks, in one of the teaching labs in DCU. And then you have to write up, your results and so on, just like in the project here, and also write the grant proposal. So overall, there's going to be this option in semester 3. The whole program is continuous assessment. So we're going to have oral examination, sort of MCQ quizzes, essays, these type of things. We try and structure each semester in a way that you're not over-assessed specific days or specific weeks. So this is all, subject to change. So depending on when we are starting the program and having all the students in, there might be some changes, but you see overall it's, sort of spaced out and different types of examination in different weeks, in different semesters. So how do you apply? The program is just being accredited through a external accreditation board, but it still needs to go through the last hoop, basically, before it's fully online. But you can go to this website here and put in your details, and then we will contact you once the program is actually online. But then I assume it will be this website without the last bit of it, if you want to check back in later on. Course requirements is you need to have a 2-1 in a relevant discipline, so life sciences, pharmaceutical, chemistry discipline, or be a nursing graduate. You can also be a medical graduate. Fees is about 8,500 euros for full-time students, and these are the EU fees. Non-EU is going to be higher. So career prospects, just really quickly here. A lot of our graduates end up working in industry, biopharma, pharmaceutical industry. You can go on to do graduate medicine, stay in academia, do a PhD, work for charity organizations or other companies, and so on. So there's, sort of endless jobs out there in a way. And there's very good employability, especially with the input from industry, guiding us through this degree as well, and really telling us what they need the students to know afterwards. Right. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those. Again, here's my email address. You can also just fire off an email and I will get back to you.